Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Your Mark on the World show. We're producing this episode for GoodCrowd.info, and today our guest is Pegine Echevarria. She's one of my very favorite people in the world. She is a professional speaker, travels around the world. She's the CEO of Team Pegine. She is phenomenal. But we're here today to talk about her new cause. She's taken up the crusade of a military family where the mother, Kayla Gaytan, is suffering from cancer and just delivered quads last month. And so she's in this terrible situation of facing cancer and trying to raise kids, 4 kids at once. Holy cow. Pegine, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, Devin. I adore you, and the mission of work that you do and the work that using what we have online to be able to make a difference in the lives of people, interest so that those that need it the most can get the support that they need.
Yeah.
People that have a dream, the people that want to be part of a miracle.
Well, it is amazing. It's exciting what technology can do. This GoFundMe campaign for the Gaytan family is getting real traction, largely thanks to you. You've really taken up this crusade as a personal one. But tell us a little bit about how you came to know about the family and what you know about the family.
So I came to know about the family through a cousin of mine, Chris Rosario. She is also married to a sergeant. She's on another base, and about it through, of course, the network of military moms, right? It started kind of having this message going from one fort to the other. And she posted about it and said, can we help? And man, I just saw it and it tugged my heart because of 3 things. One is I am a mom of 2 soldiers. Both of my children serve, and I've had the pleasure and the honor of working with all branches of the military. So I truly understand who the honor of the people that are involved, the dedication that they have. And so I was called to it. But then when I started looking into their story, I was like, just do something. You know, so here's a young family, if I can share.
Please.
Here's a young family that fell in love. They got together. They started their family. They have 2 children. She then found out that she had Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer, went into all the treatments, and went into remission. The family went to a meeting, and the doctor said, we just want to let you know, because of the treatment, you're never going to have children again. Okay, we have 2 children already. We are just grateful, really grateful that everything is working out well. Well, a few months later, she was putting on weight, and they went to the doctor. Surprise! They not only had 1 baby, 2 babies, 3 babies, they had 4 natural quadruplets. So you imagine the shock, right?
Yeah. Holy cow.
Yeah, like, whoa. And they were excited. And the group, the fort, the military people all got together. They were able to collect cribs, in preparation of these beautiful babies that were about to come, the surprise, the miracle. And she went to one of her final, as she was going and progressing in her pregnancy, she went for her checkup. And about a month and a half ago, they found out that she had cancer again. It had returned. So they had to induce birth. So the babies were born December 30th on New Year's Eve weekend, so that They can save the babies and they save her. The biggest challenge, right? You know,
Yeah.
how do you save? It's 5 lives we're now talking about. 5 lives. And so she was able to, so they did that. And about when this first started happening, it was, oh my gosh, poor Charles, the father. I'm a father. I'm an active duty soldier. I have a wife who just went to recovery of cancer. And even though they're covered by insurance, there's all that other stuff that they have to pay for. And then on top of that, oh my gosh, now we're having these quadruplets. Well, anybody can look up and find out what a sergeant makes. We're talking at most $30,000 a year.
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking.
She can't work. She has to take care of health. They have to take care of the babies. By the way, the babies right now, it's been a week since they were born, on their own. 2 of them are still need help. They decided to do GoFundMe. And they thought a few months ago, before all this, before when they just thought they would have 4, oh, let's do a GoFundMe. Okay, if we do $15,000, that would be good. We can do that. And they started for 15, and then they went, oh no, we can't ask for that much money. We just can't. They are so humble, so kind, so giving, that the thought, right? And they're young. Right. This is where you and I come in. For a long time. Yeah. I mean, maybe not that long, but we both have gray hair. Yours shows, mine gets dyed.
Yeah, mine's really showing.
Yeah, mine is dyed, covered by, you know, wash that gray right out of your head.
Yeah, thank heavens for L'Oreal.
We know what it takes to raise children. We certainly know, everybody knows that the cost of having to pay for children and for cancer care is high. So I looked at the numbers, and I think I was sharing with you earlier. Here's someone who's making $30,000 a year. The cost of one child to raise them is $174,000 a year. Multiply that by 4. That's $58,000 a year that they're going to need to raise those children. You add in cancer care costs, which is another $30,000 approximately out-of-pocket costs. Not including, so he's making $30,000. We're already over budget, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's just the first year. And then you add in that you still have to feed yourselves, and you still have 2 other children you have to tend to. So $5,000, $15,000 is not going to cut it.
Yeah, it really isn't. The needs will just far outstrip that level of giving. And so you've set a goal to raise $100,000 for them.
Right.
Amazing progress. You've already gotten them to $15,000.
$16,240.
That's great. That's great. But 84,000 still to go. A lot of money, because they like you say, even $100,000 is really just a drop in the bucket. The great thing about giving them $100,000 now is it will prevent them from getting really behind the 8 ball and running up huge credit card bills and a second mortgage and all the things that could ruin their financial lives forever. If we give them a good start now, we can kind of prevent that, don't you think?
Absolutely. And my thing is, let's get them the money now, and let's also get them the financial planning support. Because if they get that amount of money and they can get some of the financial planning support, then at least some of that money can be taken aside and invested so that it can be grown over time. And they have a cushion that they don't have to get worried about. They can be there and they can breathe. This is what I want most for them. I want them to breathe.
Yeah.
I want them to be able to focus on what they're supposed to be focusing on right now. To her health, They keep stress and tension down so that they can nurture their own relationship. They can be in a place of pure love and health.
Yeah. That's great thinking. Great thinking. Now, this, the sad and scary thing about this, I mean, just to put clarity around the tragedy of this part of the story is Kayla and Charles told, I think it was the local news channel there in town, WKRN, that the doctors only give her a 50% chance of living another 5 years. And when you think about that, the kids would be barely old enough to remember mom at that point. And so it's just a heartbreaking story. And I hate to emphasize that, but I don't want to miss it. It's an important part of what we're talking about, I think.
It is a really important part, because then you're talking about a dad with 6 kids, right? But it's also, I mean, it's why I named the campaign Be a Part of the Miracle Club. Kayla and Charles have already done something miraculous. That was just a blessing. One, it takes to have natural quadruplets. It's 1 out of 700,000 births that can be a natural quadruplet. 1 of 700,000. Now, they've already we know that they have this power already emanating from them. So my thought, my belief, my peace of mind, my sense of self, right, is, all right, I hear what you're saying, doctor, they have a 50% chance. Hello, they just beat odds of 1 by 700,000. So I truly believe that if we can emanate the joy, if we can emanate the belief, if we can say we can do this, we can all be part of the Miracle Club. I was so joyous when I went to buy the domain that I could get be a part of the miracle.club. That again was, they didn't have that 2 weeks ago, club. They did now. And so I'm excited about it, but I need people to go into their pocketbooks, to go into their wallets, to connect with their corporations and say, I've donated to this, match it. I need people who have connections, people who know people, to say, I want to be part of the Miracle Club. I want to communicate it. I want to share this. I want to write about it in my blog. Devin, so much for being willing to just share the story, to be able to reach out to people. This is what the club is all about. It's be a part of the miracle. And, why should we settle for just a little bit? Why should we settle for them to have just enough? Why shouldn't we be part of the miracle and say be bodacious? Why shouldn't we say, hey, Pampers and Huggies, or, all those companies, forget about a year of Huggies. Give it for them until the kids are out of diapers. Let's show up. Let's say that person, they bought a car, so now they have debt of a car. Can somebody step up and just say, let me take over that payment. Just let me pay the whole thing. We can do that.
Yeah.
What's about this is, I think that everybody wants to believe and have hope right now. I think everybody wants to rally around a miracle. I think that we all need a place to do that now. Don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right, Peggy. And I really appreciate you taking up this crusade, and I'm so glad you did. What's the best way for people to find the GoFundMe page? What do you think?
The best way to find it is to go be a part of the miracle.club. Be a part of the miracle.club. That will lead you right to their GoFundMe page. Be a part of the .com. So it really is be a part of the miracle.club.
Fantastic. Well, that is so wonderful. Well, Pegine, thank you so much for doing this. I commend you for it. We love you, and we're grateful for your devotion to these good people, and we wish you every success in making this come true for the Gaytans.
Thank you so much, Devin. This is truly a gift, and I have to tell you that I wrote to Charles that you were doing this for him. I wrote back to say to Devin, God bless you, thank you so much, and he's in shock.
Well, it's very kind. Now, Pegine, let's do some good.
Thank you, Devin.